you get their lineup, will you text me the name of their starting pitcher?
Will do. Let me just see if they...
They don't have numbers on their roster. The last time they played a kid who wasn't on their roster, and I'm not going to fucking put up with it tonight.
From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Tonight, it's Lexington Blue Sox with a record of 11-11, third in the ICL, visiting the Lexington Bulldogs with a record and a bloop base hit to lead off the game for Ernie Little. Sorry, folks. The Lexington Bulldogs with a record of 4-17. Sixth in the ICL. Giving everybody Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. We're still waiting on the lineup card from the Bulldogs, but Ernie Little has just led off the ball game with a bloop single the other way, so a good start for the Blue Sox offense, who won their third consecutive game, season-high winning streak on Friday night on Rick DeAngelis' 29th birthday again. 11-4. They were up 4-2 before the Bulldogs came back to tie it, but then 7 unanswered by the Blue Sox, allow them to coast to victory the rest of the ways. That's in there. 4-1 to V. Desai. Blue Sox, a visiting team tonight. This is a makeup of the game that was rained out Thursday night. And Bulldogs trying to avoid getting locked into the ICL basement as this is skied into center field and caught for out number 1. Back to first goes Little. So leadoff single for Little, and then a fly out to center by Desai. 1 on, 1 out for DJ Johnson. No Julian Alvarez in the lineup tonight, but DJ will hope to bring some thunder here. And his first home run of the season on opening night against the Bulldogs, and hoping to have another strong game here. That skips to the backstop, and then ricochets over towards the on-deck circle where Giancarlos Ramirez is standing. And actually, we might have, it is a hit-by pitch. So it's not a wild pitch, it's a hit-by pitch. So it'll be first and second, 1 out. Maybe a break, possibly, for the Bulldogs, as that puts the possibility of the inning-ending ground ball double play in order. So Johnson plunked with the first pitch, Little to second. First and second, 1 out for Giancarlos Ramirez, getting the start at first base tonight. Ramirez trying to make it 3-0 with 1 swing of the bat. Comes up empty, 4-1. Yep. One and 1 the count to Ramirez. Oh, Tucker, can you fire up the scoreboard, please? Little dancing off of second as that'll hit the outside corner for strike 2 to Giancarlos. Ramirez slashing 263, 632 on the season. Grounds this one to short, fielded there. Underhand to second for 1. On to first in time for the 6-4-3 double play. And that ends the inning. So the hit by pitch on DJ rather than the wild pitch benefits the Bulldogs there, as it's no runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left through half an inning. Blue Sox nothing. Bulldogs coming up. Give you the full Blue Sox lineup now, and we'll piece together the Bulldogs lineup as we go along here. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now, Maddie. Ethan Hunt. So Ethan Hunt getting the start for the Bulldogs, gets out of that 2-on, 1-out jam. The Blue Sox starting lineup looks like this. Ernie Little at second, V. Desai at short, DJ Johnson at left, Carlos Ramirez at first, Andrew Salima is the DH, Joe Auger is behind the plate, Junior Barber is the extra hitter, Dom Zaire is in center, Dylan Walsh is at third, Brian Acosta rounds out the lineup in right. On the mound for the Blue Sox, Jack Swarbrick. Blue Sox in the blue and red Pete Frady's specials, and the Bulldogs in the home white uniforms. Swarbrick taking the mound for the Blue Sox. Ethan Hunt, yes. Swarbrick making his fourth appearance of the season. He has no decisions, but a .807 ERA. In 8 2/3 innings, he's allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, only one of which is earned. Walked 4 and struck out 7, thrown 1 wild pitch, and committed 1 balk. 2 of his appearances this season have been against the Melrose Americans, the most recent of which was on July 24th, a week ago tonight, the start of this current 3-game winning streak for the Blue Sox, in which he went 3 2/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned, walked 3, and struck out 3. So hoping to give the Blue Sox, lead the Blue Sox to a win here. The Bulldogs, as I was saying, try to avoid getting locked in the ICL basement. A loss here tonight would send them to 4-18 and would require them to win their last 3 games against the Expos, Mad Dogs, and Americans in order to stay alive, but at the same time, the Mad Dogs have 3 games left. If they win one more of these games, and if they win one game, if the Mad Dogs win one game, it does not matter the rest of the way what the Bulldogs do. The Mad Dogs' remaining schedule is at the Blue Sox tomorrow night. We'll have that game here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Then at the Americans on Wednesday, and then at the Bulldogs to round out their season on Thursday. In their 4-strike-1. Down low for ball 1. 1-1. One and 2 the count. Mike Siebert leading things off for the Bulldogs. Did not get hit there, just on the back foot. It's 2-2. Siebert entering play, slashing .214, .389, .214. No extra base hits, 1 RBI, 11 walks. Even 2-2 with Swarbrick. High for ball 3. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Siebert doesn't like the call, but it is 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Pat Solomon will step to the plate. The Bulldogs' third baseman entering play, slashing .333, .452, .392, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs. Pops up the first pitch into foul territory. Auger looking for it, backpedals, and a snow cone in the catcher's mitt for out number 2. So a little bit of an easier time there with the second batter of the inning. Two up, 2 down. And that's in there, 4-strike-1. Ryan Boyle at the plate, slashing .385, .429, .615, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, 5 ribbies. Well, again, starting left field tonight for the Bulldogs. Excuse me, swing, but he went around, and it is 0-2. Golfs that one into center field. Zaire going back. And he's got it for the out. Easy peasy 1-2-3 easy. Bottom of the first for Jack Swarbrick. We're through 1 complete. No score. Seems as though the Bulldogs are providing the soundtrack, even the walk-up music for Salima. Andrew Salima to lead things off here in the top of the second for the Blue Sox against Ethan Hunt, the Bulldogs starter. Taking on the outside corner for strike one. Salima entering play, slashing 258, 324, 323, 2 doubles and 6 ribbies. Takes down low for ball one to even the count. No score here in the top of the second. Bulldogs went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. The Blue Sox got the first two on with one out, but a 6-4-3 double play squelched that rally. Little slow roller to first to the pitcher covering. In time for the out. One up, one down here in the top of the second. So that'll bring up the catcher, Joe Auger. Auger entering play, slashing 188, 435, 250, 1 double, no ribbies, 6 walks. Hunt is a new addition to the Bulldogs roster. He's not on the roster entering play tonight, but outside for ball two. Fouled off by Auger. The count will be 2-1. At the top of the zone for strike two, 2-2. Ethan Hunt, not to be confused with the protagonist of the Mission Impossible films. That's flared down the right field line. That'll be down for extra bases as it gets past the sliding right fielder. Auger's on his way to second, and he will get there with a double. Siegel went into a slide to try and come up with a highlight reel catch, or at the very least hold Auger to a single, but it bounced past him, and runner in scoring position for the second consecutive inning for the Blue Sox. Oh, and 1 to Junior Barber, getting the start in the extra hitter slot tonight. Hunt is a product of UMass Boston. Right-hander from Groveland, Mass. Plays high school ball at Pentucket Regional High School. Up and away for ball one. In 2023 with the Beacons, Hunt had a 6.17 ERA and was 0-2 in 10 appearances with 1 save, 23 1/3 innings, 19 hits, 18 runs, which earned 16 walks, 18 strikeouts. Allowed no doubles but 2 triples and 3 homers. Slow roller down the third base line, on to first for the out. Here comes the return throw to third. It gets past the third baseman, but with Auger holding his ground as he is allowed to stand, as he's of course allowed to stand there on third and not just, be a statue there on third where you're entitled to be as a runner. No chance for, an interference call or anything. So he gets to third, but that also may have done, again, the Bulldogs a favor, because the way that ball got away, he could have easily been able to score. But Barber is out 5-3, and out is 0-1 to Dom Zaire. Playoff Dom hoping to come through here in the regular season with a runner at third at 2 out. Swing and a miss, though, and it is 0-2. Zaire has played in 5 games this season, is just 1 for 10 but that one was a grand slam against the Andre Chiefs back on June 15th. Hasn't played, though, since June 20th against the Expos. That's down and away for ball one, 1-2. That grand slam was Dom's first regular season home run with the Blue Sox, as that's a called strike three, and Zaire can't believe it. And he is retired, and so are the Blue Sox here in the top of the second. They get a runner to third, but can't bring him across. Through a buck and a half, no score.
Nice, God, nice!
Go to the bottom of the second. John Nordman will lead things off for the Bulldogs as he takes strike one. Nordman was not in the lineup on Friday's game. The 11-4 Blue Sox win. And he swings and misses for strike two. Bulldogs were missing most of their main offensive contributors in that loss, but hey, they held in there until the Blue Sox pulled away with the 7 unanswered. Nordman entering play session 296, 304, 500. That's fouled off the other way. Count remains 0-2. 5 doubles, 2 homers, and 15 RBIs, 15 ribbies for Nordman. Far and away the team lead. Nobody else on the Bulldogs in double digits right now. In that category, grounder the other way and through for a base hit, and the Bulldogs have their first hit of the night. Leadoff man aboard for the Bulldogs, and here is the DH, Graham Seed. Seed takes low for ball one. Seed entering play, slashing 304, 319, 413, 5 doubles, 6 ribbies, but only 1 walk to 9 strikeouts. Smacks that one into deep right center field. On his horse is there. It is gone! A 2-run home run for Graham Seed. A 2-run Seed. 2-0 Bulldogs. Well, I mean, the Bulldogs playoffs, have have been going on for better part of a week already, and they are playing like their backs are against the wall, and that they are. But Seed picks up his first home run of the season, and now here is Matt Favazzo. Count is 1-1. Still nobody out in the inning, by the way. Favazzo, the shortstop. Brendan Flynn due up next. 1-2. Favazzo slashing 348, 388, 478 as that's down and away for a ball. 6 doubles and 6 ribbies. Chopper foul over towards the bleachers. Still 2-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. A good bounce back there by Swarbrick. Picks up his second strikeout. Both have been backwards Ks to this point. And that'll be strike 1 to Brendan Flynn. Flynn in the EH slot tonight. Made his Bulldogs debut on Friday night against the Blue Sox. Had a double and a run scored in his first ball game with the team. Broken bat grounder to second. Little's got it on to first. 2 down. So Flynn is retired, and here's the catcher, Max Gardner. Garner, not Gardner. Waits on the breaking ball and watches it down and away for ball 1. Garner in his 8th game of the season, slashing 353, 353, 588, 1 double, 1 homer, and 3 ribbies. Out of the reach of Swarbrick, but Little's got it on to first for the out. That retires the side, but Bulldogs strike first with a 2-run home run by Graham Seed. His first home run and 7th and 8th ribbies of the season, and it is 2-0 Bulldogs after 2 complete.
Coach, you have a good birthday? Anything good over the weekend? I worked a bunch. I was working at the Par 3 over here. Yeah. Friday night was when I went out Friday. I only saw the glimpse. Actually this Sunday. My brother's away this weekend.
So as we go to the top of the third, we can finally give you the full Lexington Bulldogs batting order. It's Mike Siebert leading it off at second, followed by Patrick Solomon at third. Ryan Boyle is in left. John Nordman is at first. Graham Seed is the DH. Matthew Favazzo is at short. Brendan Flynn is the extra hitter. Max Garner is behind the plate. Joe Cacciatore is in center, and Ruben Siegel rounds out the lineup in right. We go to the top of the third. It'll be 9, 10, and 1 due up for the Blue Sox. Dylan Walsh, Brian Acosta, and Ernie Little. If anybody gets on, V decide. The Blue Sox having to play catch-up against the Lexington Bulldogs, a spot they've been in before. The Bulldogs, despite their 4-17 record, they are a feisty group, and they are not going to roll over, even though they're essentially in the single elimination playoffs, from now through the end of the season. Because again, they have to win out, but even if they win the one game they have left against the I think I got the math wrong, but basically they have to win out and just hope against hope they can jump the Malden Mad Dogs, but that's to be determined later, as this is fouled off by Dylan Walsh to make it 1-1. Two 2-0 our score. 1-1 the count. Down away for ball 2. 2-1. I'm using the scoreboard controller right now. Bruce Hack said he was on his way, and I notice that sometimes the plus and minus buttons can stick a little bit here on the scoreboard for the control of the scoreboard on right field. 3-1 to Walsh, taken all the way for strike 2. 3-2. Blue Sox hoping to get the leadoff man aboard. Try and tie this game here, but swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fouled off for strike 1 to Brian Acosta. So Hunt picking up his first 2 strikeouts. And that'll be on the inside corner, strike 2. Acosta entering play, slashing 226, 294, 258, 1 double, 5 ribbies. And a swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Brian Acosta. 3 straight strikeouts now for Hunt. The lineup turns over for Ernie Little. So saying, trailing the Lexington Bulldogs, not a uncommon spot for the Blue Sox to be in this season. And go back to the meetings between these two teams. The Blue Sox in their 11-3 opening night win, their opening night. The Bulldogs scored first twice in the top of the first. Eventually tied it at 2. The Bulldogs reclaimed the lead 3-2 in the top of the third. But then it was 8 straight for the Blue Sox from there. As flared towards the right field line and caught on the run by the right fielder Ruben Siegel for the out that retires aside. The Blue Sox go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Through 2.5, still 2-0 Bulldogs. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be 9-10-1 for the Bulldogs, much like it was for the Blue Sox in the top half of this inning. Joe Cacciatore, Ruben Siegel, and Mike Siebert. Cacciatore, the center fielder, settling in against Jack Swarbrick. First pitch, grounder to short. It's going to be a tough place because Cacciatore is a quick one, but Desai is just a bit quicker with a throw. One up, one down on one pitch. Here's Ruben Siegel. Nice running play into foul territory to get the last out of the top half this inning after he was unable to come up with a sliding catch on Augur's double in the top of the second. Fouls that one the other way. Strike one. Siegel playing his 12th game, slashing .250, .308, .250. No extra base hits, 1 RBI. Smacks that one into right field and caught. For out number 2. Hauled in by Acosta. Now the lineup turns over for Siebert, who led off the bottom of the first by taking a called strike 3. Fouled off for strike 1. Pop foul on the screen. Count will be 0-2. Well, the Bulldogs got the response they wanted defensively after the 2-run home run, but after the Blue Sox came up empty in the top half of the third on offense, they make sure the Bulldogs come up empty here in the bottom of the third on offense. 1, 2, 3 go the Bulldogs. We're through 3 complete. Still 2-0.
Here we go, on your board.
Ethan Hunt is making his debut. For them, yeah.
Doesn't have any possible missions.
And I did make mention of that.
How can you not?
I know, right?
It's too easy.
I to be fair, I've never watched any of the Mission Impossible movies. Not a big movie guy, you know. Is Ethan Hunt the name of the protagonist of the Mission Impossible TV series too?
I don't remember what Peter Gray's character's name was. I don't remember.
Not relevant right now.
I have to look Who's leading off the
Decide.
We go to the top of the fourth. Desai, Johnson, and Ramirez due up. Ethan Hunt on cruise control. And past the second baseman. First pitch swinging. Desai breaks up a string of 5 in a row. Retired. Top of the fourth. Yep, we've been moving right along. Just a 2-run home run by Graham Seed. The lone bit of offense right now. So Desai is now 1 for 2 for flying out to center his first time. Here is DJ Johnson, hit by a pitch his first time up. And foul tips that one into the mitt of Garner for strike 1. A couple of plays that on the surface were beneficial to the Blue Sox actually ended up helping the Bulldogs in the end, the first couple of innings. As that goes to the backstop, it'll be ball one, and up to second goes Desai. That is a wild pitch. All right. So 1-1 and a runner in scoring position for DJ. Blue Sox trying to tie the game here. That's in the dirt, and it'll be 2-1. Hit by a pitch, yep. It looked like it was going to be a wild pitch and put a little at second, but it put first and second, double play 6-4-3 for Ramirez's first time up. Ooh, DJ held up, and it was close, but it is 3-1 with Giancarlos Ramirez on deck. Ground out to the first baseman. Johnson with a broken back grounder to the right side. At least advance the runner. Flip to the pitcher covering for the first out. Boy, dodge the shrapnel, huh? So Desai to third. Johnson is out 3-1. Run 90 feet away for the Blue Sox. And here is Ramirez. Ground into a 6-4-3. Double play his first time up. That was one of the situations I was alluding to where the Blue Sox, ground out to third for Junior, where the Blue Sox, had some go their way ostensibly, but ended up helping the Bulldogs in the end, because Johnson, the pitch he got hit looked close to being a wild pitch, but when they ruled a hit by pitch, as Ramirez fouls this one off 0-2, if it was a wild pitch, it would have been runner on second, one out, and DJ could have worked with a runner in scoring position. Instead, first and second puts a double play in order, and lo and behold, Ramirez grounds into a 6-4-3. Want to get something in the air here, but he gets nothing but air on that swing and miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Giancarlos Ramirez, 2 down. Strikeout number 4 for Hunt. And here is Andrew Salima to try and keep the line moving. Salima grounded out to first, his first time up to lead off the second. Hits this one into left field, and it will drop in fair territory for an RBI single. Desai comes through. Desai comes in to score. Salima comes through with 2 outs and a runner at third. Blue Sox on the board, 2-1. And that'll be Joe Auger. Bloop double his first time up. Right fielder Siegel tried to go into sliding catch to get it, but got past him, and Auger got to second. Foul tips that one into the mitt of Garner for strike 1. Auger then got to third on a ground out by Barber to third. That's another one of the plays that ended up benefiting the Bulldogs in the end, because after Solomon threw to first, Auger tried to get to third. Throw back to first, back safely to Salima. Auger tried to sneak in the back door to third. The first baseman, Nordman, threw back to third, and throw was bobbled. And it got away from the third baseman, Solomon, but Auger could not make a break for home there, and he stayed at third, and inning ended up ending on Zaire getting called out on strikes. In the dirt for a ball. Blue Sox out hitting the Bulldogs so far 4-2. Bulldogs haven't had a base runner other than Nordman and Seed with a single and home run, leading off the top of the bottom of the second. But Auger draws a walk. And it's first and second for Barber. And Eric Steinkraus going out to have a word with Ethan Hunt. No. No, I know. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get out of this jam with the lead still intact, right? Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't heard jokes like that a million times before. Just like I haven't heard, just like I've, heard every possible, permutation of my last name a million times before. Go on, make your jokes. The bucket was emptied years ago. You just call a balk? Oh, call a ball. And, the rush just took second and third completely uncontested. Okay. It was a balk? Oh, they did call a balk. Okay. All right, so this is the first pitch of the at-bat. It's fouled off for strike one. Yeah, it definitely was a balk at that point because it's 0-1. Yeah. Barber grounded out to third his first time up. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second now for the Blue Sox. Barber fouls it off again. Now what you want to do here after being gifted 2 runners in scoring position with a balk. He's down 0-2. He went around, says the home plate umpire, and that is strike 3. Oh, he did? Oh, I thought he was pointing. I thought he was pointing to the batter, but all right. Well, regardless. So Barber goes down on strikes. 5 strikeouts now for Hunt, and mission possible, huh? All right. We need to stop that real quick. Regardless, we're halfway home. The Blue Sox get on the board, but leave 2 runners in scoring position. 2-1 Bulldogs after 3.5.
You can reach me. Facebook like ET. It's the plug trying to call me. I was up tripping early in the morning.
We go to the bottom of the 4th. Let me just put my pen. I know. No. Oh, here it is. Wait, no? Never mind. Strike 1 to Patrick Solomon, who popped up to the catcher in foul territory his first time up. Dad, did I give you my pen? All right. I know. Popped up. Ramirez. It's a foul ball. Blue Sox get a reprieve as Ramirez touched that in foul territory, so we'll do it again. It's probably buried in the grass at this point. Strike 3 called. Don't worry about it. As Solomon is called out on strike. Strikeout number 4 for Swarbrick. Here is Ryan Boyle, the left fielder, flew out to center his first time up. At the top of the zone for strike 1. 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Talking about, the Blue Sox trailing the Bulldogs, being a familiar theme, falling behind early certainly, and this is flared into center field. There, 2 down. And now, here comes trouble. Nordman and the man now on deck, Seed, have been the only men to reach base tonight against Swarbrick, and they both came around to score, and that's the difference right now, 2-1. Nordman takes high for ball 1. The Blue Sox getting their second biggest comeback win since 2006 against the Bulldogs back on June 26th. Down 7-1 and came back to win on a walk-off home run by the man standing at first base, John Carlos Ramirez. 2-0 to Nordman, 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. A single, just a brief moment. I forgot where I placed my pen, and boy, I am an old. Full count to Nordman. We have Graham Seed due up next. Payoff pitch. Grounder to the left side. Here's a throw from Walsh. Nope. Infield single keeps the inning alive. Walsh able to snag it and prevent maybe extra bases, but Nordman was reaching anyways, regardless of what happened there. And also a good job by Ramirez to come up from the bag to field that throw and ensure it wouldn't go out of play and maybe have a runner in scoring position that way on an error. So Matt Karras coming out to have a word with the entire infield to see how they will attack Graham Seed, whose 2-run home run, his first home run of the season, back in the second, is the difference in this game right now. There's the pen. It was at my feet, Bruce. I thought that's where it went, but no, I understand. All right. Well, Nordman single and a Seed by Seed got the Bulldogs the lead the first time. This will be a grounder to second. Little's got it. Will underhand to Desai, and a considerably more routine play there for the out that retires the side. We're through 4 complete, and the Bulldogs still lead 2-1.
I couldn't get home. I had to go through the park. That was nuts, like waiting till summer when everyone was because they're like February. That's what I mean. Yeah. There's not much to do.
We go to the top of the 5th. Dom's there to lead things off. Bottom 3 hitters of the Blue Sox order due up here against Ethan Hunt, who is allowed 4 hits, walked 1, hit 1 batter, and thrown 1 wild pitch and committed a balk. As there's behind 0-2, but he's got the lead. The Blue Sox are out-hitting the Bulldogs at this point. 4-3, but trailing in the run column 2-1. Zaire was called out on strikes his first time up. Hunt delivers. Grounder up the middle, diving. No, he can't stop it. The shortstop, Favazzo. Second hit of the season for Dom, and that's got to feel good. 8:04. So, leadoff single for Zaire. And here is Dylan Walsh. Dom can run. And Walsh, I think we're going to see some action on the base path somehow here. The Blue Sox try to pull even. Good start with Zaire getting on with the 0-2 single to lead off the inning. That's what Walsh can do. Struck out swinging his first time up. Remember, this is Hunt's Bulldogs debut, so nobody on this Blue Sox lineup has seen. Here's a throw to second, and they got the force. 5-4 goes the fielder's choice, the failed sacrifice. There is retired. Walsh reaches, he's now 0-2, so a tough break there. Nobody in this lineup has seen Hunt before, at least in ICL action. But Solomon coming in hard there to field that one and get the force. Short hop into second, but able to hang on to it was Siebert. Strike 1 now to Acosta, with now Walsh at first. Acosta swung at strike 3 his first time up, back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss, blown the fastball by him is Hunt for strike 2, 0-2. A fast-moving game. We're not even at the hour mark, and it's the top of the 5th. 2-1 our score. 2 runs for the Bulldogs on a home run by Graham Seed in the 2nd, and a run for the Blue Sox in the 4th. That's outside for ball 1. Andrew Salima with the RBI single, bringing the lone Blue Sox run so far. Runner goes, pitches grounded to short, and it gets past the shortstop, Favazzo, into left center field, and it'll be runners on the corners. Bruce, E6 or single? All right, so the first error of the ball game puts runners in the corners, and can Ernie Little cash in? Led off this ball game with a single. That's high for ball 1. What? Look at Acosta! Doing his best DJ Johnson impression on the bases, apparently. 2nd and 3rd now. 2-0. There's only 1 out, but you'd hate to have DJ get nailed that way. Excuse me, Acosta get nailed that way. It just felt like a DJ kind of stolen base. As Little fouls that one off for strike 1, 2-1. Two runners in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Hunt, and Little calls time just as Hunt was coming set. check swing to go around on there for a little. It is 2-2 on a pitch well down and in. Into right field, and that will be caught. And a quick throw back to the plate will freeze the runners. So it'll be up to V. Desai. Flew out to center in the first, singled and scored in the fourth. On the outside corner for strike one. The Blue Sox have left 6 runners on base to this point. That's a ball 1-1. All of that, 4 runners on base at this point. All of them in scoring position. They're in danger of stranding 2 more. Desai! Grounded, it's past the third baseman! Walsh scores! Here comes Acosta, the Blue Sox lead. What you got, Bruce? Base hit, all right. V. Desai, doesn't matter where you stick him in the batting order, he's going to produce. Double, a triple, and 4 ribbies on Friday night, and now a go-ahead 2-run single here. And here is DJ Johnson. 0-1. Johnson hit by a pitch in the first. Grounded out 3-1 in the fourth. Blue Sox finally cashing in here with runners in scoring position. As this is a high chopper back to the pitcher. And it's in time for the out that retires the side. The Blue Sox take the lead with a 2-run single by V. Desai. Through 4 1/2, 3-2. Gonna have a pitching change. It's gonna be Ryan O'Rourke taking the mound for the Blue Sox. As Jack Swarbrick, his night is done after 4 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits with no walks and 4 Ks rather. Yep. All right, so Ryan O'Rourke taking over on the mound for the Blue Sox. 4 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 4 Ks for Jack Swarbrick. And Ryan O'Rourke at strike 1 into Favazzo. just missed outside for ball one. Favazzo, Flynn, and Garner due up for the Bulldogs. Here at the bottom of the fifth, as the Bulldogs home game. Swing and a miss. 1-2. O'Rourke making his 8th appearance of the season. And a little liner caught by Ernie at second for out number 1. One up, one down. Here's Brendan Flynn. Ground out to second, his first time up in the second. O'Rourke making his 8th appearance of the season. No wins or losses, but 1 save and a .350 ERA. In 10 innings, has allowed 11 hits, as that's on the outside corner for strike 1. 5 earned runs, no walks, and 14 strikeouts while surrendering 1 home run. Fouled off. On Northern Road, we have an official broadcast in the bottom of the 5th, and we only just now passed the hour mark. Amazing. 0-2 to Flynn. Double and a run scored in his Bulldogs debut on Friday night. Fouled straight back. It's 1 for 3 in that game. One for 4, actually, as he flew out to center for the final out of that ball game. Another chopper. Ernie, high hop, has it, fires to first in time. 2 down. Boy, Ernie Little has just been phenomenal for the Blue Sox, offensively and defensively this season. And that'll be Max Garner. Grounded out to second. His first time up to end the second. O'Rourke gets him fouled off for strike 1. In the top of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Ramirez, Salima, and Auger due up. Now, O'Rourke has not had an outing longer than 2 innings this season. He's made 1 appearance against the Bulldogs. It was back on June 13th, pitching a scoreless, hitless inning with 1 strikeout, a little looper into left field, and a diving catch in left field! DJ Johnson ensures the 1-2-3 inning for Ryan O'Rourke, and we go to the top of the 6th. Blue Sox still in the lead, 3-2. So New pitcher for the Lexington Bulldogs is the right-hander Drew Crowley. Crowley is making his 6th appearance of the season. He is 1-2 with a 7.20 ERA and 11 2/3 innings. He has allowed 26 hits, 14 runs, 12 which are earned, walked 5, struck out 10, surrendered 2 home runs, and hit 1 batter. Faced the Blue Sox on June 13th. That's when he got his lone win of the season, going 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, 1 strikeout. That 1 hit, by the way, a home run. Here is Giancarlos Ramirez to lead things off against the new Noodle. And he grounds this one to the left side. Scooped up at third by Solomon on to first. Good recovery after Solomon's error. Desai's hit has been reversed to an E5. Got the Blue Sox a lead in the top of the 5th. So 1 pitch, 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 6th as Ramirez is now 0 for 3 after grounding into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st and striking out swinging in the 4th. Here is Andrew Salima. Takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Salima ground out to first in the 2nd and an RBI single in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Hits that one the other way down the left field line, going into the corner, but that's going to go foul. And the count will be 0-2. Oh and 2. One other game going on in the ICL tonight. It's the clash of the Titans, the Expos and the Chiefs over at Maplewood. 0-2 to Lima in the dirt for ball 1. Both teams entering play with 34 points, but the Expos with a game in hand. They're 17-5. The Chiefs are 17-6. Down low for ball 2 to even the count. The Expos have already won the regular season series against the Chiefs, as that's in there for strike 3 called. 2 up, 2 down for Crowley. And here's Joe Auger. So if the Expos end up winning that game, they'll be 18-5, and the Chiefs will be 17-7 with 1 game remaining. As Auger skies this one into center field, going back is Cacciatore. He's got it for a 1-2 inning for Drew Crowley. And the Bulldogs, we go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2, Blue Sox. Bulldogs will have Cacciatore, Nana Adu, who just entered the game at the top half of that inning at second base. In Ruben Siegel's slot. Now, Adu will be is at second base. Moving from second base to right field is Mike Siebert. Siebert will be the 3rd batter of the inning. But as I was saying, the Expos and Chiefs playing tonight. If the Expos win that game, pen on a chain like that. Yeah, not because people steal my pens, Katrina, but because I have a squirrel brain. I get it. But anyways, but if the Expos beat the Chiefs tonight, then the Expos will have 18 wins, and the Chiefs will be 17-7 with 1 game to go. And since the Expos already own the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Chiefs, that would assure the Expos of the number 1 seed. It's going to be Expos and Chiefs 1-2 in some order, but the Blue Sox can't clinch anything tonight. That's at the knees for strike one to Joe Cacciatore, who's 0 for 1 with the ground out to short. Blue Sox can't clinch anything tonight. The Americans rather are idle. The 0-1 to Cacciatore. 1-1 as he hunches over. Liner up the middle, and it drops in front of Zaire for a base hit. And Cacciatore getting on to start the inning is important because he's a speedster, and Nana Adu getting his first plate appearance of the night here may see some action on the base paths. Throw back to first, and back safely is Cacciatore, who enters play tonight tied for second in the ICL in stolen bases with 9. Up and away for ball one to Adu. He's tied with Cloutier of the Expos, Copeland of the Mad Dogs, and Nestor of the Americans in that category. Sean Nestor, that is. It's fouled off 1-1. But nobody is in double digits other than George Chaya of the Expos, who leads the league in thefts with 14. 1-1 the count to Adu. Inside corner, strike two. Adu wanted a time called. He didn't get it granted. And he is behind 1-2. Adu entering play, slashing 208, 345, 208 with 3 walks. Does not have an RBI. It would take quite a bit for him to get an RBI in this situation as they check on Cacciatore again. One off now for Adu as he fouls it off, stays alive. Action is warming behind O'Rourke in the Blue Sox bullpen. Nate Hartley getting loose. Popped foul and out of play. Still 1-2 with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Siegel's night finishes 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Down low. Evens the count at 2. Little nubber at the plate. Good job by Adu to keep this battle going. Katrina just sent me a picture of how my Greyhound Tina feels about watching my stupid sports balls. And thanks, guys. I love you too. Throw back to first. Cacciatore is back safely. Bulldogs keeping an eye out for the hidden ball trick, which I don't know if Rick DeAngelis has ever even attempted in his managerial career. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. First strikeout of the night for O'Rourke. As Adu gives some advice to Siebert before he takes his turn at the plate. Siebert trying to avoid the Hattie. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking in the first and a strikeout swinging in the third. thinking of bunting. Throw back to first. Throw went past the bag, but a late read by Cacciatore and a hold there. One and 0 is the count. It's a lefty-lefty matchup here, but the righty Solomon due up next. Liner into left field for a base hit. Tying run now in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Fifth hit of the night for the Bulldogs. And here is Solomon, who is 0 for 2 with a pop-up to the catcher and a strikeout looking, both against Swarbrick. Tying run at second for the Bulldogs, trying to keep their season alive. Down low, 4-1. Solomon with 6 doubles and 8 RBI on the season. He's ahead 2-0. And even more thunder due up next in Boyle, and then Nordman and Seed after that. Check swing, it's down low, and it's 3-0. Well, Hartley was warming, but we have Eric Lopes, I believe, warming now in the Blue Sox bullpen as O'Rourke hits the inside corner for strike one. With the righty Lopes warming, and Boyle due up next. No, it's lefty-lefty. Might be a mistake, so. Deep to center field by Solomon and caught by Zaire. Throw comes into the cutoff man. To third goes Cacciatore. Well, Blue Sox dodge a bullet for now. And with the lefty Boyle due up, Matty Karras is going to come out and have a conference with the infield. While that is going on, Sieber's going all the way over to third base to have a conversation with Eric Steinkraus and Joe Cacciatore. Two separate conferences going on. My old man is in the background. I'll always remember the Geneva Convention joke I made on one of my earliest Blue Sox audio broadcasts. So we got the Geneva Convention on the mound. What's going over on the left side, Dad? The Paris Peace Talks? I don't know, man. Okay, Boomer. Literally. Straight back for strike one to Ryan Boyle. In the top of the seventh, the Blue Sox will have, due up is Junior Barber, Dom Zaire, and Dylan Walsh. But we were told that Aiden Driscoll would pinch hit for Barber if he came up to bat in the top of the sixth. We'll see if that holds here when we go to the top of the seventh. May depend on what happens here. 0-2 the count. O'Rourke comes set. The pitch popped up. Foul behind us. Remains 0-2. Boyle is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center. And Solomon just flew out to center on the hardest hit ball of the night other than Seed's home run. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Ryan O'Rourke strands runners at the corners, including the tying run at third as we go to the top of the seventh. Still 3-2 Blue Sox. Go to the top of the 7th. Aiden Driscoll to lead things off. Pinch hitting for Junior Barber as he fouls that one off for strike one. Driscoll entering play, slashing 154, 214, 154 with 2 ribbies, no extra base hits. Fouls that one off. The count is 0-2. It is still Drew Crowley out there for the 7th inning, entering his 2nd inning of work after 5 innings by Ethan Hunt, who is on the hook for the loss. 5 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 balk, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch, 1 hit batsman. This popped up in the left field and caught for out number 1 by the left fielder Boyle. 5 Ks on the night, by the way, for Hunt. So Driscoll is now 0 for 1 after Barber finishes night 0 for 2. Here's Zaire, 1 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a single. His first hit of the season since his grand slam against the Chiefs. In there for strike 1. And the 2nd hit of the season as well for Zaire. That memorable playoff run in 2018 filling in after Josue Feliciano got injured. Reed watched his walk-off home run in Game 1 of the championship series against the Watertown Reds before tonight's game. And, you know, veteran leadership like him is, you know, even if he's not in the lineup every day, is valuable to a championship ball club. Grounder to short, 2 down. So it'll be up to Dylan Walsh to keep the line moving. Struck out swinging in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice trying to lay down a sac bunt in the 5th and came around to score the tying run. So that's on the outside corner for strike 1. In the bottom of the 7th, the Bulldogs will have the heart of the order. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Nordman, Seed, and Favazzo. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And remember, Nordman and Seed were the only 2 batters to reach base against Swarbrick. Down away for ball 1. Swarbrick was on cruise control for basically his entire outing, with the exception of the 2-run piece he gave to Seed after Nordman singled. And then allowed a single to Nord with 2 outs in the 4th. This is grounded to the right side. Adu has it, and on to first for the out. That retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Closing time for the Blue Sox, but the Bulldogs just need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Ryan O'Rourke going back out there for the bottom of the 7th. It is 3-2 Blue Sox. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th, and again, 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Bulldogs. John Nordman will lead things off. He was 2 for 2 against Swarbrick, but now faces O'Rourke. Single run scored in the 2nd, single in the 4th. Ryan O'Rourke has not had an outing of longer than 2 innings this season, and he misses low for ball 1. So if he can get 1 out here, that'll be a new season high for innings in a game for him. Into center field, Zaire has it for out number 1. So Nordman is retired. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Graham Seed looking for another seed. Home run to right center. Gave the Bulldogs a 2-0 lead in the 2nd. Down low for ball 1. There is action behind O'Rourke in the bullpen. We have seen both Hartley and Lopes warming earlier. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Looks like Lopes is back up and throwing. O'Rourke winds and delivers. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-2. One, 2 from O'Rourke. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout. 2 down. Bulldogs down to their final outs in the person of Matthew Favazzo. Favazzo 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking. And a line out to second. He was the first batter that O'Rourke faced. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, and he lined out to second. Struck out looking against Swarbrick. Inside 2-0. Brendan Flynn, who made his Bulldogs debut on Friday night and had a good start to it with a double run scored in his first plate appearance, is on deck, as that's in there for strike 1. O'Rourke winds and delivers. on the outside corner, strike 2. Bulldogs down to their final strike. Grounder to the left side, but wide of third and foul. O'Rourke with a 2-2 again. Popped up. Ernie Little. Blue Sox win. One of the fastest games of the year for the Blue Sox. It only took 1 hour and 33 minutes. The winning pitcher is Jack Swarbrick. It is, in fact, the fastest game. Bruce confirms. It is, in fact, the fastest game of the season for the Blue Sox. 1 hour and 33 minutes. The winning pitcher is Jack Swarbrick. He picks up his first win of the season. He is 1-0. The losing pitcher is Ethan Hunt. He is 0-1. The save goes to Ryan O'Rourke. It's his second save of the season. The final totals for the Blue Sox: 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. For the Bulldogs, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left. The Blue Sox have won 4 in a row. They are at 12-11. The Bulldogs fall to 4-18, and their only hope at this point of getting into the 4-5 play-in game would be to win out and for the Mad Dogs to lose out, because if they win out, they'll hold the tiebreaker over the Mad Dogs in the season series 3-2, but the Mad Dogs only need 1 point out of their remaining games to ensure that they will have a better record than the Bulldogs. So you're saying there's a chance? The Blue Sox rather, at 12-11, and they hold the head-to-head over the Americans. They just need to get 2 more points out of their final 2 games against the Mad Dogs and the Expos, or have the Americans drop 2 points, and they will ensure themselves of the 3rd seed in the ICL playoffs and avoid the dreaded 4-5 game. Blue Sox back in action for their home finale tomorrow night against the Malden Mad Dogs, a team that has given the Blue Sox fits this year. Kind of like the Bulldogs when you think about it, but at least as far as the Blue Sox are concerned, against the Bulldogs, they may have given them fits, but at least they've gotten wins. The Mad Dogs actually have already clinched the season series against the Blue Sox, but the Blue Sox would like to leave nothing to chance with the Americans still with 3 games to play. They'd like to get a win tomorrow night, knowing that the Expos, even if they win tonight against the Chiefs, haven't got an update from Teddy yet, but they want to keep the momentum going into the postseason. So thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League on the web by subscribing to this here YouTube channel, intercityleaguebaseball.com, and follow the ICL and the Blue Sox on Instagram and Facebook. Again, tomorrow night, first pitch, 8 o'clock for the Blue Sox and the Mad Dogs in the Blue Sox home finale. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. is Lexington Blue Sox 3 and the Lexington Bulldogs 2. For all my rowdy friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.